So these past 2 trading days, we've absolutely crushed it. If you've been using the game plan, you could have been buying call options towards the exact lows back-to-back days. You are well aware the higher zone that I gave you to buy call options using the break and retest strategy and the gap close reversal strategy was in the 558 range. That literally ended up being towards the exact lows back-to-back days where the SPY had strong bullish reversal spikes at that overall level and the strategy worked back-to-back. And then the SPY ended up having a nice reversal yesterday towards that overall gap towards that 563 range. You could have used the gap close reversal trading strategy both ways. In terms of Team Roar, we absolutely crushed it. We ended up going 7 for 7 on the day, a 100% success rate, and we had members make over a 2,000% return buying SPX call options. Today, we ended up making a 1,000% return within minutes, trading during the FOMC, buying call options towards the exact lows. I'm going to be breaking down all the trades that we ended up making towards the end of this video. First things first, let's get straight into the newly updated price action analysis. So in terms of the SPY, this is what I want you to be aware of. In terms of the overall weekly chart, we have a green, red, green, bullish weekly pattern. And then the week after that was another green, bullish week. With this overall pattern, it is saying that the SPY potentially can start to uptrend and start to close the week overall strong into the rest of the week. Now, in terms of the overall daily chart pattern, this is considered bullish. You know, when you have the SPY, as you can see, facing to the downside, facing to the upside, it tends to go up. In terms of this situation right here, you could see we had facing to the upside, facing to the downside, and then it started to drop next day, right? So, I mean, based off of these overall patterns and how the overall daily chart is setting up, along with, you know, just experience, along with this gap up that we're experiencing during extended hours, you know, there's going to be opportunities for calls. There's going to be opportunities for puts. And I'm going to be breaking that down here step by step. So in terms of the overall SPY, as of now, we are technically considered bullish with the weekly chart foundation and the daily chart foundation, right? So keep that in mind. Now, in terms of the overall trend and the overall levels, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the 10-day, 30-minute chart. Then from there, we're going to go further back and get higher levels. You know, in case the SPY starts to break above 568, you're going to need the new levels above that. So in terms of the overall SPY, let's get into this, man. This was the zone. If you go back and you watch the game plans that I gave you, I made it very, very clear. This is where we were planning to buy call options. This was the level right here. You had resistance in extended hours at 558.50. You had a massive breakout, you know, overreaction to the upside. Then you had a massive, gap down and overreaction to the downside. Therefore, once it hits this previous extended hours resistance, this break and retest level is likely going to bounce and start to reverse. You know, you have the overreaction to the upside, overreaction to the downside, gaps that are waiting to fill above. So the SPY is going to try to reverse. And that was the break and retest and the gap close reversal trading strategy, along with extended hours resistance that has not been tested. Therefore, on this break and the retest, once it's tested during the normal trading hours, it's likely going to spike and bounce first, right? So we absolutely crushed it back to back, buying calls at those levels. We literally made a 1,000% return within minutes. Yes, within minutes, we made a 1,000% return. This is one of the members inside of our secure private network. He ended up making a 2,500% profit return buying SPX call options. Yes, that is right, a 2,500% return. Literally 45 cents a contract, and those contracts ended up going to $1,100 a contract within minutes. You know, for those of you who are in Team Roar, you are well aware in terms of the overall trades, man. Look at this. This is the best trade that we had on the day. 3:37 p.m., 560 SPY calls for 38 cents. If you go to 3:37 p.m., you're going to see right here, 560 calls. This is where we got in. And as soon as we got in, we added to this trade. So we bought these calls right here at 3:37 p.m., literally towards the exact lows. And then in terms of where we added to this position, we added at 3:40 p.m., doubling the position size, you know, doubling the wins, doubling the gains. This is where we added. And then you can see within just 3 minutes, these calls went from 40 cents all the way to $400 a contract. You could have made 1,000% within fucking minutes. So with that being said, losing remains a personal choice. Now, in terms of the overall game plan, man, you know, the levels have been printing at the speed of light if you've been using a game plan. In terms of the overall, newly adjusted game plan, let me get into this, man. So in terms of the game plan, this is what I want you to understand, right? So as you could see, we ended up closing at 561.15. In terms of the level that we closed at, this 561.15, you're gonna see right here. If you take a look, it's literally on the 10-day, 30-minute chart. Let me go back to that. So if you look at the resistance right here, you're gonna see this 561 level right around here, right? So we have this resistance, right? So what does this mean? This means this is gonna be our new break and retest gap close reversal level. And you have to keep in mind, the SPY it's been successfully reversing at all of the gaps, right? And in terms of this overall market, the best gap close reversals have been with that overall bullish trend, right? So this was resistance during extended hours. This was the gap up. This was the drop back down. Normal trading hours, it filled the gap right here. In the previous resistance reacted as support, the break and retest, and SPY started to have a reversal, right? So the point being is, we now have a new level where you can do this at. It's going to be a higher level, and it should work absolutely phenomenal. So with that being said, previous closing price, 561.15. That is not only going to be a gap close reversal level, that is going to be an extended hours key break and retest level that has not been tested during the normal trading hours. This strategy that I fucking showed you guys in the last video worked twice back to fucking back. So you can literally use it again to print at the speed of fucking light. So you can see right here, in terms of the overall level, you have this extended hours resistance, 561.15. You have all this extended hours resistance. Now you have the breakout. Now you have the gap up. So when the SPY drops back down to fill the gap below, this is where it's going to start to reverse. This is where it's going to try to have a gap close reversal and a break and retest. The same exact strategy that I literally told you to buy calls right here, which ended up being the exact lows back to back. Absolutely phenomenal, man. If you look at the strategy, it literally worked once again today. Look at this. You had extended hours resistance right here at 558.70. You had a massive breakout. This is the breakout. And then you had the gap up. Then you had the drop back down to fill the gap, to close the gap. And this was the break and retest level and the gap close reversal. And it spiked multiple times, man. That strategy is printing at the speed of light. If you've been using the curriculum with the proper levels, you should be going green absolutely every single fucking day, man. Look at the fucking results, man. The gap right here reverses at the gap. The gap right here reverses at the gap. And it was in alignment with those extended hours levels. And then you can see right here, the gap right here reverses at the gap. The gap right here reverses at the gap. If you are not using the gap close reversal trading strategy, along with the break and retest strategy, along with the overreaction to the upside, overreaction to the downside, extended hours levels that are going to react within the favor once they're tested first for the normal trading hours, you are genuinely missing out on the best technical strategy that you can possibly use on SPY within the overall market. So with that being said, that is going to be the first level for calls using the exact same strategy that I gave you in the game plan at 558.70. And then the same fucking strategy literally happened today and we were buying calls. Literally within the chat, I said we could close at 563. If you go within the chat, you're going to see right here, 563. This was literally my analysis for the close. 3:10 p.m. It looks like we can close above 563. And then we were buying calls. We had members buying SPX calls. We had members buying SPY calls. I was also in puts. I made over 125% return on my puts. G-Roar called out the play on calls for SPY and SPX. Absolutely crushed it, man. You could have made over a 1,000% return within minutes. You could have literally risked $50 to make $500 in 3 single minutes trading SPY zero dates during the FOMC. So with that being said, we're going to continue to use the gap close reversal trading strategy. We're going to continue to use the break and retest strategy. We're going to continue to use the extended hours resistance has not been tested during the normal trade hours, so it's going to bounce first, right? The same fucking strategy that I showed you in the game plan that has now worked twice in a fucking row. We're going to use it the third time, right? They say third time's the fucking charm. So we're going to go in very, very strong towards this 561.15 for call options. That's going to be the game plan. Break, retest, gap close reversal, extended hours resistance has not been tested during normal fucking trading hours. It worked today. It worked yesterday. why the fuck would it stop working? The overall trend is still considered bullish. So 561.15 is considered the best level to buy call options. It's literally, like I said, man, it's the same fucking, it just blows my mind that people don't fucking use this. Resistance right here, overreaction to the upside, overreaction to the downside, break and retest extended hours. This white line is a gap close reversal, and then this is the bottom, that's the reversal, right? It has the gap up, it drops back down to close the gap, and the gap is in alignment with the break and retest extended hours resistance, and then it bottoms at the break and retest level during the normal trade hours, and it spikes. And the same fucking pattern happened exactly again. And I brought all awareness to this within the fucking game plan, literally getting you in calls at the exact fucking low. There's not a single person on this fucking planet who gave you that game plan. Now, with that being said, the same strategy. Like I said, you have this extended hours resistance right here. You have the gap up, same fucking pattern, same fucking strategy with the 30-minute chart, drops back down, closes the gap, reverses at the gap, reverses at the fucking gap. Losing is a personal fucking choice. I genuinely don't understand how the fuck anyone could be fucking red if they use the break and retest, gap, close, reversal trading strategy, extended hours, break and retest level, testing for the first time, normal trading hours to react to support. How the fuck, with everything we've combined within the overall deck, can you possibly be fucking red the past 2 days, man? So we're going to use the same fucking strategy at 561.15 that we've been using all fucking week. Now, in terms of the next level, man, what is going to be the next level above 561.15? So in terms of the next overall levels, this is going to be a key critical make or break point to be watching for the SPY. You can see right here in terms of like a make or break level is going to be like this 563.50 to 564 level. 563.50 to 564 zone. In between this zone is going to be your make or break zone. So in terms of the zone, if it reacts bullish, then we start to go up to fill this gap at 567. If it reacts bearish, then we start to drop back down to fill this gap at 561, right? So in terms of that particular situation, that's just going to be more of determining if the zone is reacting bullish or bearish heading into tomorrow. It's going to be as simple as that. Just going to be simply looking to determine if that overall zone is going to be reacting bullish or bearish, right? So like I said, if it reacts bullish, we go to 567. If it reacts bearish, we drop back down to fill the gap and then buy the calls at the gap, right? If it reacts bearish at that 563 to 564 level. Now, in terms of the next level above that, once we go above 567, we got this 568.30 resistance. Now, in terms of going further back, what's above 568? So if we go further back, you're going to see right here in terms of above this 568 level here. Let's zoom in on this overall price action so you can see this clearly here. You're going to see right here, once we start to go above 568, you're going to see the next overall levels are going to be towards this low 570 range. Your next resistance level is going to be towards 570.50 to 571. The next level above that is going to be towards the 575 to 576 zone. Those are the overall levels, man. So in terms of the price ladder is very, very simple. Like I said, your make or break zone is 563.50 to 564. If it reacts bullish, breaks out, drops back down, forms support, reacts bullish, then we go to that 568 to 570 range, right? If it reacts bearish, breaks down, spikes back up, forms lower highs, then we drop back down to fill the gap below at 561.15. And then in that situation, we would use the break and retest strategy, gap close reversal to buy calls at 561.15, right? So the market right now is sitting at a key critical make or break point. It is currently gapping up. And then in terms of more levels for calls, another level for calls besides 561.15 would be towards 557 to 556 in between that zone. So another phenomenal level to consider buying call options is going to be, at that previous day low zone, towards 557 to 556. And then, like I said, in the future, we're still planning to buy calls once the SPY drops back down to this level right here, the break and retest. Same strategy we're planning to use at 561. It's the same fucking strategy that prints non-fucking stop, just different fucking levels. 554.70 right here, this resistance, the gap up, the break, the drop back down, the retest for the gap close reversal, previous resistance react to support, 555, right? So in terms of overall ladder, 555, 556 to 557, that's going to be a buy. Both of those levels are auto buy zones for calls. 561.15, another level I'm very interested in buying calls. Make or break to go to new make or break to go to new high, to go to new highs right here, make or break, and above 568, low 570, 570, 571, and 575 to 576. So that's the overall levels, man. In terms of like the very strong points, especially like if you're a beginner, the easiest money to literally just trade, you can literally just fucking try to auto buy calls in these fucking levels. The easiest trade ideas to make fucking money on would just be buying calls at lower fucking levels. Obviously, we're going to be doing a fuck more than just this. But for those of you who are fucking beginners, 554.50 to 555, not even if you're a beginner, if you just want the best fucking setups at the best fucking prices, 554.50 to 555, previous day lows, and 561. Those are the absolute easiest, best fucking trade ideas. Use confirmations, but in terms of those overall levels, man, you can even auto buy in a sense as of now. As of now, it's considered an auto buy. Obviously, if the market changes and the level hasn't hit yet, then it might not be considered an auto buy. We take it, one day at a time. So I gave you the levels. I explained to you in terms of the key strategies with the levels. So obviously, one thing that we're lacking here is some strategies. In terms of technical overall strategies, we are lacking some current strategies. Right now we're towards some make or break. We're sitting at this make or break 563.50 to 564 zone. We're sitting at some make or break. If we start to break above it, drop back down, form support, then it is considered a break and retest level if we get a massive breakout. But if not, we start to drop back down, form lower highs, then it starts to sell to fill the gap, right? So in terms of these upper levels, we are lacking a bit of a strategy in a sense. So if you're going to trade the upper levels, use the 30-minute chart, use the best 30-minute patterns, use the best 30-minute confirmations. And, another thing is just in terms of where we're at, just understand, like, if we get a massive break above 564 and we drop back down to 564 and it's reacting to support, you could try to break and retest. It's just not the best level and best overall strategy, right? The best strategy and the best level would be that 561. It's a gap close reversal, is more oversold, right? So just understand this is a make or break zone. And in terms of how you can play that, if it reacts to support, you could try calls. If it has a strong breakout, drops back down, you could try calls for a break and retest. If it reacts as a resistance, you could try puts. If it has a strong crack below 563, spikes back up, reacts as a resistance, then you could try puts for breakdown retest. That's how you play those overall make or break zones. There's two ways to play it on each side. You can just say it's reacting as a resistance, buy puts. Or you can wait for it to crash, spike back up, form lower highs, and then buy puts for the breakdown retest, right? And in terms of the calls, the inverse, you can buy calls if it's reacting as support, or you can wait for a massive breakout and then drop back down and react to support. In terms of how I buy breakouts, so like in terms of this level, it's really like lacking a key critical strategy, right? We're just gapping up right now. So what I would prefer to do at this level and what works best for me in this particular situation, right? Since we're at a resistance level, right? You guys are well aware, if you watch the fucking game plan, we were all fucking planning to buy calls in the 558 range using the oversold level, using the breakout and retest, this right here, this is resistance, gap up, massive breakout, massive gap down, drop back down, it's oversold, breakout and retest. That's what I like to do. I don't like to sit here and fucking try to, buy calls gapping up at 564. No, I like buying the oversold levels. When I buy breakouts, this is what I like to do, man. I showed you the best setup. If you fucking use this, you will be green 8 out of 10 fucking times, man. If you just wait for the fucking SPY, this is how I buy breakouts. There's resistance right here. I wait for a massive fucking breakout, right? And then when it drops back down to that previous resistance right here, I'm buying fucking calls. But the key to that as well, in terms of an auto buy, is just to wait for a massive breakout, a massive gap up, a gap and go. The bigger the overreaction, the better. And then if it drops right back down, just as fast as it went up, is likely going to have a reversal instantly. And then it's also a line with a gap. There's so many things you could stack within the fucking deck, right? That's why I'm explaining to you, we're already gapping up. We're towards more overbought territory. We're sitting at 564 resistance. So I hope you can see the difference in between the trade ideas and where the market is at right now, right? Obviously, the best move would be calls at 561 and then previous day lows and then 554. That would be fucking phenomenal, right? So in terms of where we're at right now it's like something like this. This is basically where we're at right now, and this is what I would do. You see how there's resistance right here, right? You see this resistance, right? And then SPY starts to drop. Once it gaps up and it has a massive breakout, drops back down, previous resistance, reacts to support. Remember, I fucking told you guys to buy fucking calls in between this fucking range. Exploded back up to fill the gap. Once it fills the gap, it sells off. Once it fills the gap, it fucking sells off. SPY's been reversing to the gaps non-fucking stop. So what I'm telling you is, instead of just buying into this gap and go and breakout here, I would wait for a massive break, and then if it drops back down or gaps the fuck down, then I would strongly consider calls at 564, right? So it's going to be a lot more difficult, in a sense, to be just currently trading at this 564 level. In a sense, the best thing you could really do in terms of the best trade idea, the easy money, would be if we had a massive break above 564, and then you just wait for it to drop back down to 564, and then you buy calls using the break and retest strategy, right? In terms of calls or puts flat towards this range, it's going to be difficult, and it's not the best setup. So I hope you can understand the differences in terms of the trade ideas and levels and where we're at. Like I said, the best fucking move would just be something like one of the best moves would just be something. We had this massive breakout and we drop back down, then we buy calls at the higher level. If not, then it just drops back down to 561. We buy calls at the fucking level, man. So look, be a little bit patient. Man. I've seen this play out before. Overall, we're still considered bullish. I'm just leading you in the best direction possible, man. It's going to be a bit more difficult in a sense to just try to buy calls or puts directly out the gate at 564, right? And that's not to say that, it's going to keep on. Obviously, it can just rip straight to 568. It's possible. But what I'm saying is the easy money, instead of just buying calls into this spike right here, just fucking wait for it to drop back down to that previous resistance, extended hours. I'm telling you, these extended hours resistance levels are going to print like fucking crazy, man. We have extended hours resistance right here at 564. We have extended hours resistance right here at 564. Once we get that fucking breakout above 564 during normal trading hours and we drop the fuck back down, that is going to be the best level for fucking calls, man. So your true best levels to be trading at using this information are just fucking calls. That's fucking it, man. 564, wait for a massive fucking breakout, drops back down, calls at 564, right? Say we don't have the massive fucking breakout, drops back down, 561, calls. Previous day lows, calls. 554, calls. The easiest fucking money is in these fucking calls, man. Other than that, there's not too much to work with. You can work with the 30-minute chart, the 30-minute pattern. You can work with just the fucking levels. But I'm pointing you in the best fucking foundations to be trading. These are the best trade ideas possible. The break and retest strategy, the gap close reversal trading strategy, the extended hours levels. These are the best, easiest monies. If you just wait to trade these fucking setups, you're going to be green. You're going to be fucking green, man. It could play out tomorrow. It could play out Friday. Whenever they fucking hit, if you just wait to trade these setups, you are going to be green at the speed of fucking light. If you use the game plan, you should have been green, non-fucking stop, buying fucking calls at the fucking buy zone here, at the fucking buy zone right here. The strategy worked out fucking twice. What more confirmation do you need of? This is extended hours. This is a massive gap up. This is a massive breakout. This is a massive overreaction to the upside, gap down, overreaction to the downside. SPY closes the gap right here, hits the previous resistance, reacts to support, breakout, retest, reacts to support, gap close reversal to fill the gap that is waiting to fill above. Gap to fill above at 563.40. There's still a gap to fill above by 567. It missed it by fucking a small amount, right? That's what it's doing, man. Break, retest, right? Break, fucking retest, gap close reversal to fill the gap above. Who is teaching you that? I'm showing you the best curriculum possible. If you just wait for these fucking setups, you will be green nearly every single fucking time. You fucking, let's look at the fucking resistance in extended hours, resistance in extended hours, gap the fuck up, break the fuck out, drop the fuck back down, retest, gap close reversal, support, fill the gap above, right? And the extended hours is fucking key. Now that we're breaking out above 564, I'm fucking telling you the next fucking level is going to be that 563.50 to 564 for fucking calls. Once we get that massive breakout, man. If we don't get that massive breakout, then just buy at 561 when it drops to 561. And then previous day lows and 555. Use this information. You're going to print at the speed of fucking light. These are the best fucking setups possible. This 564 level, go to massive breakout, drop back down, retest, fucking calls. 561, break and retest, calls, extended hours has not been tested. They're both extended hours not been tested levels. They're going to fucking print like fucking crazy. Those are the top 2 fucking trade ideas. And then along with the previous day lows. So look, man, top 4 fucking trade ideas. Right here, this is resistance during extended hours. This is the breakout. This is the retest. It hasn't been tested during normal trade hours. So when it's tested during normal trade hours, gap, close reversal, previous resistance, reacts to support, 554.50, buy fucking calls. Previous day lows, 557 right around here, buy fucking calls, right? Break, retest, gap, close reversal, extended hours has not been tested, buy fucking calls 561.50. Once we have a break above 564, drop back down to retest this extended hours level that's not been tested during normal trade hours, break and retest, gap, close reversal, not gap, close reversal, just break and retest, extended hours makes it special. Buy fucking calls. I'm telling you, I have this fucking system where the levels work 10 times fucking better if the trade plays out during extended hours, right? If a level gets created during extended hours, this was a resistance level that got created during extended hours, 564 had a massive drop. So once the fucking SPY breaks the fuck above 564 and then drops back down to this previous resistance that has not been tested during normal trade hours and it tests during normal fucking trading hours, it fucking works. I'm telling you, man, I have this fucking system where if you use the extended hours and extended hours strategies and you wait for the levels to hit during normal fucking trading hours, it is going to fucking print. So those are the best 4 trade ideas. Now, you watch all these fucking trade ideas print and work at the speed of fucking light, man. And I would genuinely fucking question anyone who's doing the opposite, who's doing the fucking opposite and buying fucking puts at these fucking trade ideas. You'd be absolutely fucking blind, man. I'm telling you, all 4 of those trade ideas, when they fucking hit, should play out. And it's not as simple as that. It does get more advanced. We take it one day at a time. But these are the absolute best trade ideas. Make sure you use confirmations. This gets far more advanced, right? But I'm telling you, it's gonna fucking print in speed of light, right? So it's the first thing down below in the description if you would like to trade alongside us, right? And like I said, I gave you the price ladder. It's just the upper levels lack strategies. We're due for some sort of pullback when we hit the 570s. You can look for bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, trend reversal 30-minute candlestick confirmations in the 570s, man. But like I said, I gave you 4 trade ideas. Those are the easiest, best ones. Whenever the fuck they decide to fucking hit, that's what we're going to be focused on. Use confirmations. But you got to take it one day at a time. Basically, if one of those 4 trade ideas hit tomorrow, I would look to auto buy in a sense. But if it hit Friday, then it could be a different story. But I'm still interested. There has to be confirmations. You need to understand, we take this one day at a time, right? I gave you 4 trade ideas. And in terms of tomorrow, I would play all fucking 4 of them. I would just auto buy all 4 of them, most likely in a sense, but use confirmations. That's what I recommend. But you just need to understand, we take this one day at a time, man. Take this one day at a time. The trade ideas are still relevant. Use confirmations. But if one of them were just to fucking hit tomorrow, then man, I would just fucking get in. But I'm telling you, man, overall, we're considered fucking bullish. And when the SPY starts to happen, I mean, you could see in a sense, it's kind of like it could play out something like this. This is a very similar pattern. We had this spike. We had this spike, right? It could play out something like this. We had this spike right here. We had this spike right here. So we got the spike during extended hours, right? Drops back down. We'll see if it drops back down during pre-market. But the point is, could just be a gap and go. And then when we drop the fuck back down during normal trading hours, could be Friday, 564, buying fucking calls towards that break and retest fucking zone, man. I'm telling you, this information is gonna fucking print, man. So those are the absolute best trade ideas. Obviously, we're gonna be trading a lot more than just that. But in terms of this video and the fucking curriculum, those are the absolute best 4 trade ideas that I can give you a day before in a fucking advance where it just prints. And I would genuinely question on how the fuck anyone would be fucking red if they use the fucking game plan properly with the 30-minute candlestick confirmations. So continue to use the 30-minute candlestick patterns. Continue to trade the best setups at the best prices. We're going to absolutely fucking crush it, man. In terms of the trades, we ended up going 7 for 7 on the day. That's a 100% success rate with 7 trades. If you added up all the gains combined, it's over a 1,500% return. Just on one trade alone, we had members buying SPX calls for $50 a contract, selling for over $1,000 a contract. Understand? 2,000% return within fucking minutes. A 2,000% return within fucking minutes. Who the fuck do you know is printing like us at the speed of fucking light? So in terms of the overall trades, man, you're going to see right here, this is the first trade. So 10:14 a.m. This was the first trade that we ended up making on the day. And then in terms of the day before that, we absolutely crushed it once again. You know, literally 9 trades, only 1 L, and I crushed it that day as well too. I went 2 for 2. We absolutely fucking crushed it, man. So with that being said, 10:14 a.m. we had 250 Tesla puts at 10:14 a.m. So in terms of this trade, it was a smaller win. Definitely not our best overall trade, but it was a win. This is where we ended up getting in at 10:14 a.m., right? And in terms of 60 cents, this trade ended up going all the way to 74 cents. So 60 to 74 cents is well above 15%. When we're up 15%, you're supposed to set a stop loss. You're supposed to set a profit stop, and you can detach some of your position from that profit stop and leave runners where the profit stop doesn't affect that overall situation. So in terms of the next trade, this is where the trading gets absolutely fucking amazing towards the FOMC. So this is how we traded FOMC. I can assure you there's not another group out there on the fucking planet who is trading FOMC like us. So if you want to see how we trade FOMC, this is how we trade FOMC. I'm going to show you this is how we trade FOMC. 1:36 p.m., 555 SPY puts for 60 cents a contract. You go to 1:36 p.m., you're going to see right here, 555 puts, right? So if you go to 1:36 p.m., that's right fucking here. These puts are at 60 cents. We are in right here at the exact bottom, and we added to the puts a minute later. So when we add to our position size, it increases our position by double, right? So we're putting in 1 R multiple, and when we add, you can add an extra R multiple. You can add up to 2. You can add up to 2 more R multiples. In total, you can have 3 R multiples. Then we set a profit stop to protect the profits. So when we add to a win, we double to triple the gains, not just percentage-wise, but dollar-wise as well. So with that being said, we have these 555 SPY puts at 60 cents a contract. We added. As you can see, this trade quickly went to 100 a contract. If you set your profit stops, you would have been profit stopped out since you moved your profit stops up higher, right around here at 90 cents. If you held or left runners, the trade went all the way to 190 cents. You could have literally made a 200% return at the speed of light. But since we added to the winners, it's no longer just a 200% return. It's a 400 to 600% return. Because when we add 2 winners, it doubles to triple the position size. And the way we protect our extra capital, our extra R multiples, is by setting profit stops. If you add to a winner and set a profit stop, it is impossible to go green to red. And if you add to a winner, you double to triple your gains. We are only adding to winners, not to losers. So you could have made, just by adding to the fucking winners, you could have easily made 200, 400 to 600% profit return, right? If you add 1 R multiple, you double your gains. If you add 2 R multiples, you triple your gains, right? So that was absolutely fucking phenomenal, 2 for 2 there. And you're going to see in terms of the next trade, man, look at this trade that Giro called out after that. So 554 SPY puts, for 45 cents a contract at 2:48 p.m. Look at this. 554 SPY fucking puts, right? So in terms of this trade, this was a quick one. Sometimes the trades play out very quickly. This is why you need to set profit stops. We got in towards the lows of this 1-minute candle at 2:48 p.m. 2:48 p.m. we got in towards the lows. So we got in right here towards like the middle of this 1-minute candlestick right here. In a single minute, this trade went from 45 cents all the way to 67 cents. That is much greater than 15%. When we're up 15%, we set a profit stop. when we're up a small amount, we tend to add to winners to increase the gains, right? So it went from 45 cents to 67 cents at the speed of light. And then later throughout the day, these puts went to 150 cents of fucking, that was before. But the point is, this trade was phenomenal because it was one of those trades where the win played out within a minute and you could have literally made, like 60%, you could have made like 60% plus on that within a single fucking minute setting the profit stop. And this shows you the importance of setting profit stops because sometimes the trade just goes straight up and you'll be up like 30, 40, 50%, right? And if you add to the winners, that's double to triple. And then it could drop right back down just as fast as it went up. That's why you need to set profit stops. It's not going to go straight up all the time, right? When it goes straight up, not only do we set the profit stops, but we move the profit stops up higher. That way, if there's a massive pullback, we get profit stopped out where we move the profit stop to. So in terms of that trade, that was a quick one. Now 3:16 p.m., 558 SPY puts for 46 cents a contract. If you go to 3:16 p.m. on 558 SPY puts, you're going to see right here, this is where we ended up getting in. So in terms of this overall trade, if you go to 558 SPY puts, 46 cents a contract at 3:16 p.m., right? We got in right here towards the exact lows. And then in terms of the adding, we ended up adding at 3:18 p.m. This is where we added. We got in here, we added here. As you can see, we're in at the lows. It went from 60 all the way to 120 cents a contract, right? And then, it even hit like 100 and like mid 20 right around here. So you could have made a 100% gain within fucking minutes, but we added to the winners. So you could have made 200 to 300% within minutes, right? So who do you know is winning that much, that fucking consistent on a regular fucking basis, printing at the speed of fucking light, where these out of money trades are going in the money for the biggest percentage gains, right? So this is the beauty of trading far out of the money zero data options. Not only do we have the highest win rate in the game doing this, but we buy the cheapest, lowest risk trades that go up the biggest percentage gains. Take a look at this one. 560 SPY calls for 38 cents. So name another group, name another trader who's doing this. We bought puts towards the exact lows twice within those past 3 trades. Then 560 SPY calls at the exact fucking lows, 3:37 p.m., right? So in terms of this trade, you go to 560 calls. You're going to see right here, this was the best trade of the day. This is the beauty of trading zero date far out of the money option contracts and the beauty of trading during, FOMC. If you have a team who knows what the fuck they're doing during FOMC, I genuinely don't understand why the fuck any trader on the fucking planet would be trading shares, especially during FOMC. They must be fucking blind. They must not know what the fuck they're doing. Because over here, we're buying 560 SPY calls for 38 cents. That means we're risking $38 per contract. And what are we selling? We're selling at fucking $300 to $400 a contract. Do you understand? 1,000% gains in 3 fucking minutes. You have to be blind within this fucking market to be trading fucking shares, man. So with that being said, 560 SPY calls for 38 cents a contract. We ended up adding to the winners. And in terms of this particular situation, we got in right here at the exact fucking low, and we added right here at the exact fucking low. Are you seeing this? Who the fuck do you know is doing this? Right here, this is where we got in, 3:37 p.m. Right here, this is where we added, 3:40 p.m., right? We're in here, we're adding here. What does adding do? It doubles the gains, right? So this is no longer a 1,000% return. This is a 2,000% return within 3 minutes. The trade went from 30 cents to fucking $3 a con. The trade went from fucking $30 to $300. That's a 1,000% gain. How the fuck can you make a 2,000% gain on a 1,000% gain? You fucking double the position size, man. Do you under fucking stand? We figured it out, man. We have the system. Nobody's fucking doing this. 560 calls, 38 cents, adding, doubling the position size. We turned a 1,000% gain into a 2,000% fucking gain. So you tell me, man, if you're making a 2,000% gain in 3 fucking minutes, how the fuck are you going red this week? How the fuck is anyone fucking red on the fucking week if there's a trade where we make 2,000% return? You understand? If you make a 2,000% return in this fucking market, what does that mean? Well, if you don't add to fucking losers, you can have 19 100% losses in a fucking row and still be profitable for the fucking week. And we're making like 50 fucking trades a week. Who the fuck do you know is doing this? We have the best fucking system within the stock market, man. If you want to print at the speed of fucking light, It is the first link down below within the description. Not only are we making 1,000% gains, but we have a fucking system that doubles to triples those 1,000% gains. And we figured out a way to add to winners in a safe way by setting profit stops. How the fuck can you double to triple your position size in a safe fucking way? How the fuck can you size in heavier in a safe way? You only add to winners quickly. You see this? We're adding into the win flat, minutes fucking later, at the exact fucking lows, back to fucking back. Adding to that fucking winner, doubling that fucking position size, turning a 1,000% gain into a 2,000 fucking percent gain, man. Off one single fucking trade. If we didn't add to the winner, it would have just been 1,000 per gain. It would have just been 1,000% gain. You know, if we didn't add to that winner, it would have just outperformed every single fucking trader, every single fucking group you know of, within just 3 single fucking minutes, man. I genuinely don't understand how the fuck anyone would not be trading 0-to-8 options. This is the best fucking system on the fucking planet, man. Wouldn't you want to trade in a way where you're risking fucking $38 a contract to make fucking $400 a contract, and you can add to a win without taking on extra risk? You can increase your position size without taking on extra risk, because when you add to the win, you set profit stops. When you set a profit stop, it's going to be impossible for you to go green to red on that overall trade. If you're green on a trade and you set a profit stop, it's impossible to go red. Losing's a personal fucking choice. If we make a 2,000% gain, that means you can have 100% losses in a row and still be fucking green if you trade the fucking system. Losing is a personal fucking choice. Now, in terms of the final trade, we had SPX calls. You know, this is fucking crazy. Look at this. 100 contracts. Risked $3,700 on 100 fucking contracts. Sold them for $37,000. Are you guys fucking awake? A $33,000 profit on a $3,600 risk. Like, are you guys fucking awake? Like, we're trying to wake you guys up to fucking show you what the fuck you can do. Are you seeing this fucking chart? These contracts are at 16 fucking cents. We're in at fucking 30 cents towards the exact fucking lows, and they went to fucking 400. You understand? 1,000 fucking percent plus. But it's 2,000 because we added to the fucking wins. If you add to the wins, it doubles the fucking gains, doubles the fucking percentages, doubles the fucking dollars. How the fuck could anyone be fucking red? Name another fucking group that has this system. Nobody has this fucking system. We have the best system on the fucking planet. Gosh, not only do we fucking have 1,000% wins, but we fucking increase the winning. We turn 1,000% wins into 2,000 to 3,000% wins by adding to the fucking winners. The fuck, man? If anybody goes fucking red on the fucking week after that, you genuinely fucking deserve it. Risk management 101. We tell you all the time. All the fucking time. We tell you risk management 101. All the fucking time. When you're green, and if you choose to, if you're green enough, what the fuck is green enough? Green enough is you get one big win, 100% plus, right? Added to the winners, one big win or 2 small wins in a row. If you're green enough to walk away and you choose to keep on trading, that's on fucking you. So if that's on fucking you and you fucking do that, you know, then in that particular situation, the most you risk is 25 to 50% of your realized gains. And if you give that back because you chose to keep on trading, then you have to force yourself to stop trading, because we're not going to go green to red. Understand? We're not going to go green to red on a day, especially when we're green enough to walk the fuck away, right? So if you did get back 25 to 50% of your realized gains, then stop fucking trading. We're not going to go green to fucking red, right? We have a strategic system that is making traders fucking rich and fucking successful. It is highly recommended. You try this out. It's the first link down below within the description. I'm fucking telling you, we have the best fucking 0-to-8 options trailer system on the fucking planet. We have the best secured private network on the fucking planet, man. I've been looking at the fucking results, man. I mean, that's fucking amazing. $33,000 on a $3,000 trade within fucking minutes. I told you, man, rich people prefer to pay less on their contracts, risk less to make the biggest percentage gains. You know, you could have literally risked $30 a contract to make $300 a contract. You could have added to the winners, doubled the gains. I gave you the opportunity to join. I gave you the fucking game plan to print the speed of light. Losing's a personal fucking choice. Getting in here and covering the fee before you fucking join is a fucking choice. If you use my game plans, you would have been buying calls at the exact fucking lows, man. There's no fucking excuses, man. Y'all need to wake the fuck up, because in terms of this industry and all these other fucking traders and fucking groups, you're going to see when you join our fucking group, there's no fucking comparison of fucking level. We're the absolute best 0-to-8 option traders on the fucking planet. Nobody is on this fucking realm winning this big with the best fucking system every single fucking day, printing at the speed of fucking light. These are the most consistent results you're ever going to see within the fucking market. Losing remains a personal fucking choice, man. The fucking gains, man. Power hours are the absolute best, man. 200% return. 200% return, man. Do you understand? Every single trade we make, some days we have trades where we make 10 to 15 trades in a day. Some days it's a couple trades. Every single trade we make, you can make $100 to $200 per trade. It covers the cost of the monthly subscription, man. Every single fucking trade. That trade, you could have turned $30 into $300. That one fucking contract buys you 2 months here, man. You can't do this anywhere. There's nowhere else you can fucking do this. There's nowhere else you can fucking do this, man. We buy 0 to 8 far out of the money option contracts. Very, very cheap. Very, very low risk. We sell them deep in the money for the biggest percentage gains. We don't set stop losses. We put in our max risk per trade. The most we can lose is what we put in. What we put in is our max risk per trade as our R multiple. They're the cheapest, low barrier to fucking risk contracts, right? And in that particular situation, if we do have a losing trade, we don't add to the loser. We just let it expire worthless and go to zero. 70% of the time we are down. 70% of the time when we are down 90% plus on a trade, it comes back to life and it goes green. When we're green, we set profit stops. If you set a profit stop on a green trade, it's impossible to go back to red. If you move the profit stop up higher, it ensures that if the market has a big move against your trade, then worst case scenario, you get profit stopped out at the level you set it to. We add to winners to double to triple the gains. We set profit stops to protect the new average cost and to protect from, not going green to red, right? Losing remains a personal choice, man. We have the best system on the fucking planet. I mean, look at this. Where else can you do this, man? Do you understand? There's people who've tried to come across me and say, this is impossible. This is impossible. You can't make 2,500% returns. Well, how the fuck are we doing it then? We do this all the fucking time. This is normal for us. This is fucking normal. Do you see this? This is normal. If you're in Team Roar, this is normal. This is fucking normal. 2,500% return, that's normal over here. It's fucking normal. Maybe in your group or your style of trading, that's not fucking normal. But for us, that's our fucking normal. That's our fucking standard. We're the absolute fucking best. Nobody's on that fucking level, man. We have members making their own fucking trades, buying SPX fucking calls for 2,500%. Are you fucking seeing this, man? Like, are you guys fucking awake? I'm trying to awaken some fucking people up. Are you seeing this? 2 contracts, 45 cents, $90, $90 fucking dollars to $2,200. Do you understand? You can stay here for over a year now. Off a $90 risk, you can stay here for over a year now, right? Obviously, you have to keep it, but you have unlimited fucking options. Unlimited fucking options. You can literally just trade 1 to 2 contracts now per trade, and you can just keep on fucking flipping. $100, $200 here, non-fucking stop. It's like, dude, 1 contract within minutes is a $100 to $200 fucking profit. Do you understand? There's people who are working an entire hour for $15 fucking dollars. If you trade 0 to 8s and figure this out, you can work in minutes and make $100 to $200 per fucking contract. And the contract's only $50 a fucking contract. Man, I hope some people are fucking awake, man. I hope this awakens someone, man, because there's no other fucking better trading style, trading system, trading strategy than this, man. Like 100 contracts, 38 cents a contract, 100 contracts, risking $3,800. Just $3,800. That's the risk. The most you fucking lose is $3,800, right? Risk $3,650 to make fucking $34,000. Like, who the fuck do you know is doing this? That's what I'm talking about, man. We're the absolute best to fucking do this. We're the absolute fucking best. That's the power of trading during fucking power hour on FOMC, man. Y'all need to wake the fuck up and join Team Roar if you are not fucking in here, man, because I'm telling you, we have the best trades on the fucking planet where you are going to print non-fucking stop. Losing is a personal fucking choice, man. The fucking gains, the fucking results, the fucking printing, it's unlimited fucking winning. It's unlimited fucking printing, non-fucking stop, man. 200% return. This was the trade that I ended up calling out. Let me walk you through this one here real quick. So this trade was literally an identical trade that I made in the fucking past, man. Just different fucking price. It was the same fucking pattern. I took a 560 puts at 2:59 p.m. You see, right before the 30-minute candlestick closed, I ended up doing puts at 2:59 p.m. in that particular situation. This was the one trade that I called out on the day. I literally did puts right here on the opening of this, and the SPY had this. Let me go to SPY here. That's a contract. Let me show you. That's a contract. Let me show you SPY here real quick. So right here on the opening of this candle right here, I did puts. Literally puts towards the fucking opening, man. It was so bearish. This was a breakdown. This was a retest. This was a bearish wick. If you go to the 1-minute chart, I've seen this happen before, where when SPY forms this 1 minute candle like this, has this uptrend, then it forms this 1 minute candle like this, has this uptrend, then it forms this 1 minute candle like this, especially in this particular situation. It was the 1 minute, 30 minute chart. This right here tends to sell off. If you ever see SPY going up like this and it forms this 1 minute candlestick like that, that tends to be the sell off. And then you have the breakdown retest and the lower fucking highs. But if you looked at the 30-minute chart, the 30-minute chart definitely signaled puts right there in that particular situation. You know, on the overall SPY, you're going to see, if you go to, you know, the 30-minute chart, you're going to see this was support right here. This was the crack. This was the spike. This is the bearish signal along with the 1 minute bearish signal. And then I bought puts and opening in this, and it had a massive sell-off from 561 all the way down to 558, right? In terms of that trade, I got in those 560 puts at 103 cents a contract, and I ended up selling those at 225 cents a contract. And the day before that, I went 2 for 2, a 100% success rate, right? Selling at 225 cents, absolutely crushed it. And then I gave perfect analysis. I said SPY is bullish above the previous 30-minute lows. As long as we hold above the previous 30-minute low, the previous 30-minute low is right here. As long as we're consolidating, holding that, forming higher support, holding around that area, it's going to be a bullish close. And I literally said within my analysis, if you looked at the analysis, man, 563, I literally said, man, looks like we can close above 563, right? I'm telling you, man, if you use the analysis, use the game plan, and then G-Roar, he called out the fucking trade, man. I did my absolute best to lead direction, give self-sufficiency, give analysis. I already had a massive win on puts. And I explained to the chat, you know, based off the 30-minute pattern, this is signaling that if we're holding above the previous 30-minute low, it's going to be a strong bullish close, and we can go to 563, right? And then G-Roar called out and added to the winner 1,000%. He fucking killed it, man. G-Roar called the fucking play. Fucking amazing work. So with that being said, man, it's just fucking phenomenal, man. This resistance right here, this breakout right here, this retest right here, break and retest, this gap close reversal right here. Fucking phenomenal, man. How the fuck can anyone be fucking red, man? If you were red if you were red any day this fucking week, this shit's not for you, man. I gave you the best game plans. I gave you the best setups. All the fucking game plans worked. Everything fucking printed. You can't name another fucking person or another fucking group who's doing this and showing you this. It does not fucking exist, man. If you are fucking red this week, just fucking quit, man. This trading is just not for you, man. If you were fucking red this week, trading is just not for you, man. I'm being very honest. It doesn't get more easier and simple than this, than a technical point of view. Every single fucking game plan that I gave you fucking worked to a fucking T. This was the buy zone for calls. I said if we hold this zone, it's going to be calls. Bullish, 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 filled the fucking gap. Once we filled the gap, that was the level for fucking puts. If you watch the fucking game plan, could have made money both fucking ways, man. And then in terms of the next day, I literally explained to you, man, this was the buy zone for calls, the break and retest strategy. Just watch all the fucking game plans. Watch every single fucking game plan. It's fucking amazing. I didn't even post a fucking game plan yesterday, and the same fucking game plan worked with the same fucking strategy. It's like the market just showed up. The market just showed up for me. I didn't even have to post a fucking game plan. The market said, okay, this is the fucking strategy that worked. Let's just do it again. It's the same fucking thing. Resistance right here, overreaction right here, gap up, drop back down, break, retest, extended hours, normal training hours, fucking reversal to fill the gap. Same fucking thing. I told you calls fucking there, and then the market did the same fucking thing. Resistance right here, breakout here, normal trade hours here, gap close reversal, and then we're buying calls. Fuck, didn't even post a fucking game plan. We're buying fucking calls for fucking 1,000%, adding to the winners for 2,000%. Where the fuck were you? Show the fuck up, man. It's the first link down below in the fucking description. If you want to win, if you want to print, if you want to experience the best zero-day options trading group on the fucking planet, it is the first link down below within the description. If you would like to trade alongside us and join us.